welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be doing a holiday toddler / preschool gift guide. Now this video I wanted to try to think of ways to sort of have it stand out since there are a lot of gift guides out there. So for these gifts I really wanted to find things that were either smaller businesses or things that were very unique. So I have been working with children for over 7 years now, and that has given me a lot of tools on my belt to really see what items children are actually going to play with. Now every child is of course different, so some things that I might say or share might not be something that your kids will play with. So the first item that I have on my 1-year-old's list are Hol Tiger Animals. They are wonderful quality. They are handmade, hand painted, and hand carved, so you're gonna get really great quality. My daughter personally loves animals, and most 1-year-olds really are interested in animals, and it's also a great learning tool. I really like the Hol Tiger Animals because I really love the quality, but there are different versions of animals that I will also link down below. The next item that I have on this list is play silks. Now, play silks are not a new thing. They have been something that has been used, but they are an item that I don't see gifted very often or even on a gift guide. I've heard a lot of great things about the Sarah Silks brand. The brand that I'm currently using for my daughter, you cannot find anymore. I've tried looking and I cannot find it anywhere. These have been an absolute favorite for my child, and I know that as time goes on, these items are going to be played with even more. Now this one might be kind of weird to some people, but a photo album. This is a very affordable way to gift something to a child who might really love looking at photos and being able to point to different people in their family. What we have done is I took a bunch of photos from all of the family that she sees very often, and I put it into this book so that way we could talk about the people, point to the people, label their names, and also get her familiar with the people in her life. But it just has some of her favorite people or people that she sees often. On the theme for very affordable gifts is chubby crayons and a bunch of different construction paper. It's a very great way for early writing and early creativity. It's just giving them a bunch of crayons and letting them go nuts. Another very cost-effective gift that is so wonderful for the 1-year-old age is thrifting board books. Now obviously books is a common gift, but you can get really great like name brand books that have been around for a long time, and you can get them for so cheap at the thrift store. I believe the thrift store that I go to, board books are 50 cents, and you can get a giant amount of those for so cheap, and I know most parents are very happy to see something like this that's thrifted. Now this is one item that I don't think is super unique, but I did want to include it in here, and it is a balance bike. My daughter is just now getting into learning how to do her balance bike. She's 16 months old. It is a phenomenal thing for child development. They really learn how to balance and get trust with their body. It's so important for them to really try and do things like risky play, and this bike has been so much fun for my daughter to play with and ride around in. We actually got a used version of this bike on Amazon, so we didn't end up paying for a new one. We ended up spending half the amount on this, and it is basically brand new. So highly recommend going on the Amazon used category, and it was very affordable for us. Stacking stones. This is something that I don't see a lot. I see a lot of stackers, a lot of stackables. Stacking stones are really great because they can be used in the future for open-ended play. Like a 4-year-old could set it up and make that like a pond with some stones for their characters to go across. They have to really balance it in such a way that makes it actually work. And a great thing about this too is that it can be used for play food in the play kitchen. So this is an item that is going to really just continue to grow with your child. The next item that I had on my 1-year-old list is acrylic blocks. Now these blocks are translucent and rainbowed, and they are stunning blocks. I found a few versions of them, but I wanted to link the one that seemed to be the most affordable. There are some very expensive versions of this that I did not link because I just felt like it was very unattainable for most families to go out and buy. But if you have a little bit of a medium-sized budget for a child in your life, these acrylic clear blocks are so beautiful. I have seen so many wonderful builds on Instagram and Pinterest using these blocks, and I feel like the possibilities are endless. I think it's a really great sensory item as well, because if you play with it in an open window, the light will shine through and therefore cast those like rainbow shadows that you get with those magnet tiles. details. On the category of blocks, an item that I've actually been asking from relatives in my end is the Lola Block Set from Gravitate. I think it's how you say it. This is a very interesting block set that I haven't seen a lot of other versions of this before, but I really am excited to get this item for my daughter. It is so beautiful. It comes in these little tubes that you can put the little people in and you can take them out. Homemade Play-Doh is a wonderful gift, and it's such an easy thing to do if you don't have a lot of extra cash but want to gift something kind of meaningful and special. The great thing about homemade Play-Doh is that usually Play-Doh doesn't have a scent, or it has that kind of goofy, salty scent. With homemade Play-Doh, you can actually grab a little thing of essential oil and add that to your Play-Doh, and I thought it could be really fun to even put it like in a little container and have it really festive and put like little sensory items with it, like a little rolling pin or little gingerbread cookie cutouts. I know I would really appreciate, if you can't tell, receiving something like this from any of the people that I know in my life. A water pump for water play. Now this one maybe isn't the most exciting for a 1-year-old to open. It's actually kind of why I put it in the 1-year-old category, because this is just before the stage when they actually start to care about what the items are in their bags and they're just excited to open it anyways. So a water pump is really fun because it's a great inexpensive way to add fun to their water play, whether that's on a sensory table or outside. Some people will add their water pump into their play kitchen. So now we have the 2-year-old category. The first item on the 2-year-old category is wooden vehicles. Vehicles are something that's so often gifted, but I feel like most families really appreciate when they receive an item that's really great, handmade, and wonderful quality. 2-year-olds love vehicles, especially ones that can dump, like a dump truck, or you can load things up in them. I linked a few down below for you guys to check out, and it's a good twist on the stereotypical plastic vehicle that you might receive with your child. This one will really hold up the test of time. Unique magnet tiles. So let's be honest with ourselves. Magnet tiles are one of the most sought after, wonderful toy that there is to date right now, in my opinion. I think magnet tiles are awesome. I've seen so much play out of magnet tiles for all ages. So a way to avoid duplicates with magnet tiles is finding those unique magnet tile kits. There are a few different ones. There's a marble run, which would work more for the age 4 category. One of the ones that I've seen circling around the internet is the dinosaur magnet tiles. Most children love dinosaurs. Loose parts or Gravitate. So Gravitate is a company that really pioneered this concept. It's essentially these little mini pieces of just various different shapes that are pretty tiny, and they can be used in so many different ways. As a nanny, I have used loose parts a ton. My daughter loves to mix them. You can make little recipe cards and have your child add 3 of this shape, 2 of this shape, and really just expand on their learning with this. You can also use them in small world play. When you set up little activities for them, you can put those in there. Color sorting. I mean, loose parts are great. All right, the next one that I have is kind of a funny one, but it is Fisher-Price vintage toys. This is the one that I have for my daughter right now. I bought this before I had her when I was pregnant, and I just find that this toy, no matter how many decades it's been around, I think this one is from the 70s, I believe, literally always gets played with. And honestly, who is gifting this? Because it's not a very commonly gifted item. They make so many of them, and there are so many of them that are on Facebook Marketplace, on Etsy, in thrift stores, antique stores. You can find them in a lot of places. Another item that I thought was so beautiful is this wooden spinner. If you were born in the early 2000s, 90s, you probably had one of those little plastic spinners as a kid that you'd spin around on. I recently came across this wooden one, and I just think it's stunning. And again, this is not something that I've been seeing a lot of, and I think it would be really fun. Busy board books. I found these beautiful handmade ones on Etsy that I just could not include this in this video. They are beautiful, hand-stitched, very custom, and I just think that this is a great car ride toy. They are a little bit more expensive, but it's because it's a labor of love. These people really put so much well thought into these items. Many children at this age might have a play kitchen. One thing that you could get that is really like fun and customized for your child or for the child is custom hand towels and hand mittens. There are a few versions of this on Etsy. I actually sent this idea out to some family family. I will be gifting my daughter a play kitchen for Christmas this year. It is her big gift and probably her only gift, but I think it's gonna be a really fun thing to add to the play kitchen is having like a little hand towel that says Violet's name on it, or a little tablecloth to go over her sensory table when we're not using it. And now on to the 3 to 6-year-old category. The first one is vintage puzzles. I have a few vintage puzzles that I have not even opened yet for my child, and I'm not always seeing these in playrooms because they're vintage and they're not like the new and trendy thing, and I just think they are so fun. I have a Pinocchio one. The ones from Play School are super heavy duty. I've seen these circulating around on Facebook Marketplace. I have gotten all of mine at antique shops, and the prices usually vary. I've seen prices as low as $3 and I've seen prices as high as like $15. Either way, you're getting an item that's very, very high quality. It's been around forever and yet it's still engaging. I actually used to take this into a 3-year-old classroom and the children loved playing with this puzzle. A bow and arrow with a cushioned end. Obviously, you don't want to gift very young children real bow and arrows, but I have seen this in small shops. They are just these cushioned bow and arrows that you kind of stretch out and let go, and it's a really fun way to have that physical way to get their energy out, and it also provides for so much imagination and imaginary play. A leaning scooter. So, okay, I know a lot of you grew up with scooters, those razor scooters that you kind of twist to turn. I have a really great idea for children who are around this age. The girl that I nanny for really wanted a scooter for her 4th birthday. She got this scooter that she actually needs to lean her body in for it to turn. It has been so incredible watching her learn how to use this, and I think the leaning element is going to be so good for her to continue to learn as she grows and grows. It is so fun watching her cruise around down there. Magnet mazes and magnet boards. These I've seen a lot in the library that I go to with the children I nanny for. The kids are just so gravitated towards them. They can match little letters to the right letter, colors to the right color. It's just a really great way to kill some time. The Yodo Player is something that I want to get my daughter when she's older. I've seen so many people love the Tony's box, and I'm not against the Tony's box. In fact, the same girl that I nanny for has a Tony's box that she loves, but I thought of another more maybe affordable way to do this. It has the same concept as the Tony's box, but you can actually do like books and stories, and you have a lot more options, I feel like, than just those little figurines. And for those of you who really want to avoid a lot of like characters and stuff like that and character toys, I think this is a really great alternative to that. Open-ended landscape items. There are a few sellers on Etsy that I have linked down below. Some with these beautiful trees for adding to scenes when your child is playing with animals or people. I've also seen stackable mountains and hills, and of course the rainbow arch, which is a classic. One of the last items is felt handmade knitted pasta, sold on Etsy. I've seen many different creators do this, and if you are creative too, this is an item that maybe you could even make if you find the pattern on Etsy. I just think it's such a fun idea, and I think it's a great gift for some children who are a lot older, who may have had a play kitchen for a little while, especially if you save your pasta boxes and then stuff the felt pasta pieces in there to just add to that realism for the child. And the last item that I have on this list is the Crate and Barrel golf set that I found. This mini golf set is so cute, and with children getting way more precise with their body and their movements, this toy is stunning. The price wasn't too bad given that you get a lot with it, and it can be really used in so many different ways. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I really appreciate it. If you have been seeing my videos pop up a little bit, watching them, being a little snoopy, if you would subscribe, that would mean the world to me. I have been working so hard on these videos, especially my homemaking videos that I have. They're so much fun to make, and even these sit-down videos talking about toys and fun things and motherhood and just ways you can add joy and fun to your life is such a passion for me. So if you want to see more videos like this, please come on over and hang out with us. With that being said, I will see you guys very soon for another video, and that next video is going to be a holiday decorating video, so stay tuned for that.